Okay, this is Artie Clear at WMCN, the Eagles report card with Coach Dick Vermeil here at the Maxwell event here at the Vermeil Hotel. Dick, thanks so very much for getting an interview with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Dick, you see the teams today out there in football. You had the greatest show on turf in 1999, won that Super Bowl with the Rams, and the Eagles with their offense right now. Can you compare the Rams offense to the Eagles offense of today?
Well, it's a different style altogether and a little more innovative. Our offense was really a mature Don Coryell offense that started years and years ago with the Fouts quarterback situation and then the great tight ends and receivers. But this offense in Philadelphia is different. And I like the approach they're taking. I don't totally understand it because I've never coached it. You don't know anything until you've taught it and learn how to teach it. But I'm impressed with it. I like it. It has great definition. They really know what they're doing, and they really have great reasons for doing what they're doing. In our offense, we had large volume, and we shifted, moved, and threw the ball all over the place. We had great speed at every position. But it was I think, less specific as the Philadelphia Eagle offense is today.
So the Eagles offense is more imaginative. The playbook is open up a little bit more.
I think it's more defined for what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things we did, other people were doing.
Right.
Okay. What you see Philadelphia do, you don't see other people do.
Now, they talk about the Wildcat bringing a receiver or maybe like a Devin Hester or Dante Hall, who you coached, or just another guy, a speed guy in the backfield for the Wildcat. But take me back to your UCLA days when you coached there. And by the way, Jim Murray's a very dear friend of mine who signed you to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
Take me back to UCLA and John Shire. Didn't you used to use that in Philadelphia with Shire in the backfield?
We used John a little bit initially his first year with us. He was our safety, and he also returned punts for us. But he had been my quarterback at UCLA. He went to Canada. I got him through John McKay, Tampa Bay, got him with us. And I used him as a third down and short yardage and goal line quarterback a little. Not enough. I didn't have enough confidence to stay and really build on that phase of the offense like they have now with the so-called Wildcat and that kind of stuff. Because he would have been exceptionally good at it. Because, first off, he ran the wishbone his sophomore year in college. Then he ran the veer his junior and senior year. Was the most valuable player in the Rose Bowl, running the veer.
There you go.
So he would have been able to do it. But I didn't have enough confidence. I was a little bit leery of being outside the norm in the NFL. So I sort of let it fade away rather than let it build. And it wasn't extremely successful when we first started it because we didn't push it and coach it as a deep phase of our offense.
Is it true when Jim Murray came down to see you that you told him no first for Philadelphia? They were having lunch. You called him back. I'll be down in 20 minutes, and you took the job?
Yeah, it was 4 days later after I told him no.
Oh, 4 days? He told me 20 minutes later, but good.
No, it was 4 days. But we had talked on the phone, and I just didn't see myself leaving. I thought we could win a national championship at UCLA and everything like that, but I kept thinking about it. Actually, my coaching staff, my assistant coaches talked me into going back for a physical one-on-one interview, or otherwise I wouldn't have gone.
Jim Murray's a great guy, by the way.
Yes, he is.
He's a
great
fantastic guy.
Yeah. He doesn't get his personal recognition due, really.
Well, he started all those Ronald McDonald houses also that helps out, and there's a tremendous amount of money there. Dick, you've done so much in your career. You've brought in Kansas City, the Rams the championship, the Eagles to promising where they were and NFL Super Bowl in 1980 where Ron Jaworski was Player of the Year that year, and you turned around the team. You had some really good players on that team, Jerry Sizemore being one of them with Charlie Young, and Guy Morris was a really good draft for you. How did you do it in such a quick fashion time to get the Eagles to be where they were back in 1980?
Well, it didn't seem to be very fast at that time. It took us 3 years. Chip Kelly got it done in 1, so he did a better job and much faster. But we did it the old-fashioned way. We just worked real hard. If you remember, we didn't have a first, second, or third-round draft choice for 3 years.
Is that the Roman Gabriel trade?
No, I don't know. There was a number of trades.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
right.
some of those players that they traded for physically were still good players, and the Bill Bergeys and Stan Walters and those kind of guys. But, and I grew. You learn to do it better as you correct the mistakes you make as a head coach. And I was running my own offense, and believe me, I made a lot of mistakes. But, it just takes time. More often than not, when a coach gets fired and a new coach comes in, the coach wasn't fired because he wasn't good enough. He was fired because he didn't win enough games. And there were more problems than just the coaching.
Mm-hmm. Last question for you. I know you put Herman Edwards in.
Yeah.
What type of a leader was he for you on the defense?
Well, Herman was a player by example, a good player. I mean, he was extremely disciplined in his work habits and really probably worked harder on his fundamentals to play corner and play well than any corner I ever coached in my career. So he was very much worthy of emulation in terms of one player respecting another player.
Last question for you. When he picked up that football in the Meadowlands and he ran it in for a touchdown, when Pisarcik tried to give it to Zonka, how elated were you when you seen him run that ball in the Miracle in the Meadowlands?
Well, I didn't see it really happen initially because I was talking to somebody else looking the other way when it all happened. I got under the flow of the whole thing, and then I couldn't believe it. I just could not. I wasn't sure what happened in the first place. Then when I realized, of course, I was excited as hell, and also I felt sorry for the guys across the field because I can't even imagine that happening to me.
Yeah, well, that was a great.
Rather them than me.
That's true. And one quick thing: give out your wine because I know you're in the wine business now.
Yeah, well, Vermeil wines. You know, had been making wine for a long time. We turned the whole wine process into a full-fledged business in 2008, and we've made up to 5,000 cases in 1 year. This year, we're doing about 2,300 cases. We have a lot of wine to sell. We've won some awards with our wines. The business is growing.
Where can you
we
get
still
it at?
have.
Where can
There are some state stores here, what they call their premium stores. You can get some of it here, but the state of Pennsylvania is not good for us. We sell more wine in the city of Houston than we do right here because of the state laws and restrictions to them, and they, you know, and there's no reason for them to change the laws to help us get successful, but it would help us if it was different, believe me.
Thank you so very much, Dick. You're a great guy, and what a tremendous attribute you've been to the city of Philadelphia. Thank you very much.
Thank you.